Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. As I got an email. Okay, great. To another Comics, episode 21. Today's going to be a little shorter than normal because we have DC Fandome. Fandome.
Dome.
I always call it Fandome, but it's Fandome, I guess. Yeah, they sent me stuff. I forgot to bring it. I was going to show you all, but it was like a popcorn maker with Superman on it, which wish it was Batman, or at least. I mean, if I had to pick the two. Man's over here like, I take anything.
I'll take anything.
The pillowcase with Batman on it and all this great stuff. Actually, it was like a how to draw DC stuff with actual comic board in it, which is really nice because that's kind of expensive. T-shirts and the beanies. You know, I won that and a T-shirt. I'm supposed to stream it, but I have other obligations, unfortunately. But thank you, DC. I did tweet out and all that good stuff. So I gave them at least 11K people worth of eyes so they can at least know that. But I'm rooting for good measures. But anyway, my name is Technique and we host for today along with Matt, of course, here. Nighthawk Blaze. What's going on, Matt? How you doing?
Doing good, Frank. Doing good, man. It's been another solid week. We got a fun day ahead of us today for comics, for movies, for TV, for video games on the DC side of the world. But yeah, it's been a solid week, and it's gonna be a fun, lovely Saturday.
Yep, indeed. So we've got about an hour of show today. It's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be kind of short. So we're gonna go into it. So just to start off with, it's DC Day, but I want to go ahead and knock out the what if. It was freaking awesome. It was awesome, dude. Like I watched it right after the episode. What if finale? If you haven't seen it, go see it. Like I said, light spoilers to no spoilers. It was rad. Camera work, cinematography, just the fight scenes, everything was it was glorious, man.
It was on point, man. It was absolutely on point.
Wow. And it's still to this day, Thor, Chris Hemsworth, my favorite, man. He nailed it. He nailed his voice acting to a T. He doesn't really do that much voice acting, if any. I think this is one of his first ones, and he nailed it. I mean, he was just so glorious. I like that Thor so much better, man. Like it was, I mean, granted, his Thor is nice, but that Thor was like, next level, man. The animations, everything was key.
Yeah, the party Thor, the party Thor, the way he runs his life, how everything is going. It's like, because it's such a diversion of what we've come to know over the past 10 plus years. It's truly awesome. And the story between him and Jane, the matching tattoos, like how they had fun with it all, man. It was like I said, I think last week, you could tell that a lot of these actors probably had more fun doing this than actually going on set and just because they could do whatever they wanted with the characters. Even Killmonger, even though it was very similar to who we've known in his story arc, right? The acting in it and just like the voice, what do they call it? The voice inflections. Like it just seemed like it was there. And then obviously, T'Challa Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, him having fun with it too. Like it was absolutely incredible, that what if episode. And it, what's going to happen in season 2? They definitely left a lot of things open for it.
Yeah. I think they had the closure on, the whole cosmic threat. I could say there's some good closure on that. It wasn't like super open ended to where we have to wonder what's going to happen, because I really didn't want Marvel to be like, and cut, at the end we thought they were going to end it. And I was just like, oh God, here we go. But it's interesting because everybody had different backgrounds, like each universe person had different, it was something big different about them. Killmonger was the only one that freaking lost his dad no matter what.
True.
And he ended up being who he was no matter what. So you literally can't take like family hurt, because Wakanda's all about family and taking care of your tribe and stuff like that. They really personified that with Killmonger, and his anger boils deep through multiverse. And he's very cognitive. He knows about the multiverse. So it's a very dangerous thing if he gets, because Killmonger's he's not stupid, man. This dude is smart. He's a trained assassin. Like we see that if anybody could beat Black Panther, it would be him.
Yep. And outbrain And outbrained Tony Stark too. Like not obviously not the season finale, but his main episode was the going back and forth and seeing him go up and how he manipulated and just his overall smarts, like how he created, which it's funny because it's also now technically canon, a Gundam, right? Because Tony said Gundam, which was hilarious. It's seeing that side of him. As much as I loved it on screen, I liked, even though it was the same, like I said, kind of arc. It's bad. He still lost his father. I like that take a little bit better on it. Funny enough, I like this version of Killmonger that we saw, even though it was an hour max.
Manipulative.
Yeah.
Well,
and always looking in the background to what do. Hence the ending of the show with what happened with him.
Yeah, Tony was just, he wasn't the same Tony, because like let's say our universe Tony, let's just say that, since we spent more time with him, he knew how to fight hand to hand, and he wasn't, he trained and everything, but this Tony was more soft because he never went through that grueling experience of almost dying in a cave and having to survive on his own and stuff like that. He was got saved by Killmonger, so he was still the rich good looking boy, and that just didn't get his hands dirty yet. So it's very interesting how they did that stuff. And did Scarlett Johansson voice?
No, there was a handful of characters. Scarlett Johansson wasn't Black Widow once again. Fantastic.
Because whoever did that was so close to her voice. I gave up wondering. At one point.
Drax,
the curly hair one though. And the long hair. Actually, both of them. I don't know. But they all sound like her. Yeah,
Drax and Robert Downey Jr. I know for a fact were not their characters. But there was a handful of others. I mean, even what's her face came back to play even though it was like two sentences in T'Challa's episode. Angela Bassett came back for that episode. Shuri was Shuri, and I think and Thor's mom, the main actress who played her came back as
Thor's
well.
Girlfriend,
yeah,
right?
and
Wasn't
Thor, Sif, and all those characters.
And her best friend was the same. That girl's voice is too unique.
Oh yeah, it's so unique.
There's no way in the world. Yeah. Whoever did Black Widow, dude, like
good.
That voice was like so on point to Scarlett Johansson's. I was just like, damn, okay. But what if, definitely my favorite, and I'll even say over Duel was good for Visions, but that's definitely my favorite animation this year. What if, like, as a collective, it was really good. I haven't seen how's that Disney show, that Disney movie with the dragon, Ravana or whatever, Rava.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name either.
That yet. So, but what if is that was incredible, and I mean the cut between CG and 2D art, 3D and even 3D, and I mean they did such a good job balancing all that stuff and capturing, like, I really love Thor's mom design and like facial expressions and voice capture with that was perfect.
Raya,
that's it.
When Black Widow and Captain Britain talk, like that discussion there, like I completely forgot I was watching a animation. The way the actresses, acted, and just the way it was all animated, whether it was motion capture, like it was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really, really good.
And that goes out to shine. Like, again, I keep talking about this, but whoever voiced Black Widow, like Scarlett Johansson has a certain way of acting her characters out, but they all have a similarity in attitude. And what the fuck, that person must have studied her like so much, because I'm still convinced it was Scarlett. Like I'm still convinced that she the first introductory to Black Widow, I knew that wasn't her.
Okay.
But these last few episodes, or a couple episodes, you could fool me, because I'm almost even ready to argue that it was her, because it was just too perfect. But anyway, kudos to her. I love the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it, like I said. I love the ending because that was the ending we needed. For the movies when it involved Black Widow.
I like it. Yeah.
It's just like. But I guess that was way of Marvel saying, hey, we know we screwed up, here's this, and I was just like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. Even if he gave it to us in animation, I think he did it justice. It's good. You paid Scarlett because she won, thank goodness for her.
And that actually,
so that's good.
And the way it ended, actually, that is a good point because who was it? The new nerd actually had a great point in that last episode. You saw Gamora and Robert Downey Jr. in Sakaar, essentially. No, I can't. Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, Tony Stark in it's like Sakaar-ish type of gear at that place, we'll call it. So we all came into it thinking that this was going to be a 10-episode season. It ended up being 9 because due to COVID, one of the animation studios got hit hard with it. So that specific episode was pushed from what we've seen and what we've read.
It'll be more of a
like whether it's gonna be like a prequel episode or like episode 1 or something like that.
Like a recap, episode 0, whatever.
Yeah, they did say that we are going to get that episode, but it has got pushed to the second season.
So I can see that season 2, episode 0 or episode 1, Watcher will be talking about what happened.
Yeah.
And who's watching over what, and who became a Watcher essentially.
Yeah, right.
That's interesting because he is on a cosmic level now, and like I said, you'll see it if you see it. He's on a cosmic level of power right now. Freaking well, I mean, if you saw the episodes, you know that Doctor Strange is on a cosmic level with power.
He went over 9,000.
Essentially becomes on the League of Watchers. So you'll see that. It's very interesting how they loop everything together and don't have to tell us much. It's just they will eventually go over it in season 2, but the fact that they have it there for us hardcore comic fans, we're sitting there just like, oh my god, this is incredible, and this, that, and the other. So
and what's gonna happen with Uatu the Watcher? Obviously he from the prior episode and obviously this episode as well, we know he actually interfered now, the one thing that he's not supposed to do. But did he, based on what was said at the end? But then again, Black Widow, like there's a lot of there's still a lot of questions that are unanswered. We got a lot of answers. We've closed a couple of stories, but there still is a lot of questions unanswered. And I really hope season 2 comes sooner rather than
he
later.
addressed it. He addressed his interference. He was like, now I understand what I was meant to do, so now he knows what he was meant to do. And I believe it could even go as far as to say the fact that he couldn't interfere was to find the Guardians of the Multiverse, so to speak. Which is just another team. It's a galactic level Avengers that can grow, which is interesting.
Yep.
And that have a bigger threat coming. So very, very interesting.
Yeah, like where do you go? Where do you go with bigger threat with this now? Like where you literally had the ultimate Ultron, right? With the 5 Infinity Stones. Like
he became Galactus. It was weird to me.
Oh,
he was a Planet Eater, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, wait a minute. Like, they were.
That one scene was awesome. Yeah.
I'm just so surprised Silver Surfer wasn't in any of this. Like, he is the original Guardian of.
Yeah.
I'm just really interested. Maybe that I don't know. That was really weird. So there's a lot of explaining to do. And Silver Surfer was introduced with mutants.
Yes, and I think that's what they're gonna do here too.
He's a cosmic being. I don't even know. Wasn't he a cosmic being created to? Initially, he was supposed to be a villain. He wasn't supposed to be a hero.
Well, Silver Surfer is the harbinger for Galactus. I mean,
he's the one that finds the planets.
Yeah, the original
civilization.
Yeah, the original
destroy.
The original story that at least I know. I don't know if it's the original story. Excuse me, but Galactus goes to go take over his planet, is consume his world for energy or whatever it is. But for some reason, somehow, Silver Surfer prevents him and says, "I will be your harbinger. Just save my planet, save my family, whatever. Just take me." And then he goes on there. So he's the bad guy that didn't want to be a bad guy, but he's doing it for a good reason. And then eventually, obviously, he changes in a really bad movie called Fantastic Four 2.
Extremely powerful, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that Fox, or whoever the hell had done the movies at the time, did not do him justice. He was just some weird thing. But anyway, I'm very interested in see what's going on and where they're going with this. I really, really liked Doctor Strange. Version.
Absolutely.
I really, at first I was like, I don't know if I like the shonen type feel anime wise when it comes to a character just literally going from like already powerful to like an extremely cosmic power to or beyond, maybe even beyond cosmic, because he just
he absorbed infinity power. Like, what the fuck?
That
anyway,
was
I was just like, wait a minute.
crazy.
He was just like, give me that.
Yeah,
Like, I just loved the way he was like funny about it. Yeah, he was like Scoop or something. He said, I was just like, yeah, okay.
And I did like that. And you know what? I like that quick little banter when they first met, Doctor Strange and Haley Atwell's Peggy Carter. I like that little banter. My Stephen Rogers. That was so cool. That was a cool back and forth there. And it's great because it's Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, and it is Peggy Carter, Haley Atwell, which made it just that much better. So, but Marvel.
And technically, funny enough, that Doctor Strange is closer to, I believe, knows about our universe. Let's say, universe, he's very like, he knows what's supposed to happen.
Well, unlike the other characters, because what does he say? Does he say your world or you won't remember this?
Which one, Watcher?
Uatu, yeah. When before they go through the door, and he's like, it's a metaphor.
Won't remember this, but he had to put.
Strange remembers everything.
Doctor Strange in a
back,
not in his thing, just in case something happens. But he did not have a memory wipe. Obviously,
no,
he
absolutely
knows
not.
Everything. So it's interesting to me where this is going, and I wonder if our Doctor Strange is going to know of that Doctor Strange, because the way Doctor Strange travels and can go to different dimensions, I wonder if they're going to eventually see each other, or, you know, make contact or know of each other or something of that nature. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. It's just really cool. It's really cool.
Sorry. So I just saw, you know, Alan Johnson on Twitter, DC. Yeah. He just said what we were talking about earlier. It is 100% allowed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nice. Yeah, but speaking of DC, I mean, I know Marvel's got a big slate coming up. Obviously, in 2 weeks-ish time, we have Eternals coming out, Guardians of the Galaxy game in about a week and a half.
Shang-Chi is coming out in November, right?
Shang-Chi will be available on Disney Plus Day, which is November 12th, I believe. Same thing here.
Finally.
Watch party with Frank now. And something else is coming out. Oh, Hawkeye is coming out in November on my anniversary. Yes. Definitely can't forget about that date. But today, in approximately,
remake, this should never got remade.
Oh, did you? Oh no,
it's horrible.
I don't want to talk about it.
So much wasted money.
I'm not talking about
Jesus.
But
Mom,
it's just.
I love you, EU.
Yeah, no, I like the actress that's supposed to be one of the the redheaded burglar. I like her as an actress. She's really funny, but I just. No,
it's literally a retelling of the story that no one asked for.
And they do the little tidbit too where it says McAllister, like as the Easter egg on the cup. But but today, DC Fandome in approximately 30 to 42 minutes, math. In about 42 minutes from now, we have a DC Fandome. Again, I think the last one was earlier this year in March or April or May. Give it a 3 months. But not on this scale. We got a lot of teases. We didn't know what we were going into with this. Now we kind of do. I assume there's going to be teases too, but you know, there's kind of the big three, let's call it, that we know of, that they've been hit and aren't on, and we will have a little discussion and chat. You know, obviously get on in here with us. First one we'll go with, which they teased this morning on Twitter, the man, the myth, the legend. Please, God, what do I have to do to get you on the show? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam. We got a tease of it last year. We got a lot of pre-production stuff, concept art by Boss Logic, who's an amazing artist.
Lots of stuff from him, from Instagram.
But we're supposed to get like a whole big, I don't know if it's a teaser trailer, a featurette,
it's a teaser trailer.
or something, but like we're gonna get stuff. We're gonna get stuff from it. And you know, what are you? I mean, obviously, I think we all know how much you and I, you know, love. We'll go with.
Bro,
Dwayne. What are you thinking?
I have the hugest man crush on Dwayne Johnson.
Same, absolutely, man.
I am very comfortable with saying that. Anything that man touches and does is great. He started rapping. I don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know what? Whatever. Who's gonna stop him?
Dwayne goes hard.
You know, what are you gonna tell him? Don't do it. But anyway, past all that, Dwayne Johnson, awesome. But he's been wanting Black Adam for a very long time. It's been rumored for years, and it finally in production. I want to say he even has some touches in on the camera work and producing side of it as well. He's gonna make sure he gets the best angles possible.
Oh yeah.
He's a superstar, man. He's like the top. Don't want to say top 5 right now in the male department of actors. He's going to be a nice touch to bring DC in the fray because everyone loves him.
What is
so it's like,
what has he been touting to your point per the vignette or featurette that he did last year? What has he said? The chat maybe go along with it. He says like the whole structure of DC is about to change. Like he's touting that this is going to change everything. Not the Flash movie, not the Batman. His Black Adam is about to smack down everything.
Because I feel
no
like
pun
this
intended
is
with SmackDown. I just realized what I said.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
I feel like this is going to be the DC that we wanted.
Yeah.
I believe that this storyline, this arc has a lot of dark in it. I mean, from Dark Magic on up.
Yeah.
And I believe that he did such a good job with Scorpion 1. We're not going to talk about the other ones. And Hercules, that I think that he's going to kind of dump that wholesome moment rock and really show us what he can bring to the comic book table. And that's something that we've been waiting on, because anytime we see the Rock, we think of like wholesome, like, you know, holiday movies, or, you know, fairy mother or whatever, the freaking tooth fairy or whatever, you know, and stuff like that. But he's been really, I don't think he's been this excited for a movie where he's putting on his Instagram account behind the scenes shit himself.
Yeah.
It's not like a promo thing with like Kevin Hart or, you know, whoever the lady is on the jungle, the whatever.
Kieran Gillian. I can never pronounce it. Amy Pond from Doctor Who. Gamora.
Right.
No, not Gamora. Nebula.
Yeah, not Gamora.
Nebula. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, I just think that he's in it, and he may have put some money into this.
Yeah.
He may have done that. So I think that, you know, this film will be successful. It will be successful even if it's a bust, because it's The Rock. And that's the biggest thing that DC needs to do, is bring in those big names like Idris Elba. I'll watch anything that he's in. You know, people hated, what was it, Dark Tower?
I thought it was a fun movie.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I mean, I understand book readers will freaking burn down anything, but at the end of the day,
ask my wife.
I watched it because he was in it. If he wasn't in it, I wouldn't have watched it. So I think this is the move. Jensen Ackles is, if they ever cast him in any Batman as Batman Beyond, Red Hood, Robin, I don't care. I'd watch it because I know Jensen will go.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah.
You know, so it's just that the casting is getting better, and if The Rock has invested in this stuff, we're going to see a lot of people show up in these movies because he is a very well-known person who knows everybody. So
I mean, you're gonna also have oh my god, not Justice League of America, Justice United. You're gonna have a faction of a good guys in there, because you have Hawkeye. That's part of this. There was some leaks out there that already got taken off the internet that I'm sure you're gonna be in there. Not Hawkeye, Hawkman. Excuse me. Hawkman is gonna be a part of this. Yeah, not Hawkeye. Hawkman is gonna be a part of this. This did finish production or finish filming in July. So as much as I think we're going to get a teaser, and it is slated for July 22nd, I believe, next year. So we are 7, 8, 9. We're about 9 months away. I wouldn't be surprised that we're going to get more than a trailer here. I think we're going to get something bigger than that. I mean, they went ham last time, and it was all concept. Oh, he's gonna do that same thing that he did last time.
Is he gonna be there?
He's gonna do that same thing he did last time. Yeah, this is gonna be big.
If he's physically there, it's bigger.
Yeah,
like, if he's coming out and they're bringing a panel out and they're doing like the Comic-Con type shit. If he's introducing it, it's first of all, okay, I'm gonna mark my word. If he's introducing it, he put money into it. And also, if he's introducing it, it's definitely gonna be big. Talking about big screen. Him commenting on it.
Oh, absolutely.
They running the trailer, him talking about it, people asking questions maybe from the chat, whatever, however they're going to do it. It's definitely going to be really, really big for that one. And I think this is the kickoff. You know what? If I was DC, I'd be like, this is canon day one. You know, I would do that. I would just knock it out and say, this is canon. And whatever we have after this will be canon. That would include what's his name? Patrick Robert.
Is it Robert Patterson's? Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, Robert Patterson.
Twilight.
I guess fucking name all kinds of mixed up. Anyway, this will include him and Batman. That'd be canon. I'll be fine with that. I just need that bar set.
Yeah.
So we can because what would make my day is Ben Affleck not canon. Yay! Like put him back down in there. I'm good for that. It's like, all right, we can have our fun with that and whatever we're doing with that alternate universe blah.
Yeah.
And just give us our actual heroes. Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa is Aquaman. Fine, I'm cool with that. Please find a different Flash. Idris Elba. I'm good with all those. Harley, all of them. And I would love a Poison Ivy movie. Just saying. I would love I want to be sucker punch from the side, because I think DC announcing something new at this and have it already in production will be sick. Doing like the Marvel thing. If I was DC right now, I'd copy everything Marvel does. I'd be like, hey guys, we have this coming, this coming, this coming. By the way, this is in production. And to be a brand new thing, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, whatever. I would love a villain. Yeah. That's not Joker. Standalone. I think it would be dope.
Well, so sticking with the movies, obviously we started off with Black Adam. Some other movies that are either in production, finished production, or are on the current slate. A couple of behind the scenes photos that was put out there. Obviously Aquaman 2, since you brought up Jason Momoa and his stealth suit. It's been in production since July. So I don't think we're going to get a trailer or a teaser, but we'll probably get what they did with Black Adam, like a little vignette or something like that from last DC Fandome. I think the other movie that we're going to get a lot of outside of Batman, is actually going to be The Flash. They finished production for a while now. Obviously, all the photos and videos that have come out with Michael Keaton, with Ben Affleck, with Ezra Miller's Flash itself, all the photos that the director has been putting out of their emblems, of their chest plates, of Reverse Flash, which I believe is one of them, of Michael Keaton's Batman suit, which looks different. Like, I think we're going to get a lot of information on that. And with Black Adam, I feel like what's going to happen in The Flash, as I keep on hitting something so my camera's moving, is going to help, like you said, change and set into motions certain things. So as much as you said Ezra Miller, I love Barry Allen. I think he's a fun character if you do it the right way. I think the closest they've got to in it has been on the CW with Grant Gustinson Flash, though which
I never thought I'd like.
Yeah, which I do think they jumped the shark a little bit on some occasions with it, but I think is the best. But if they decide, like you said, if this is going to be it and they decide to just revert their course and this is new, this is what we're doing, I do have a little faith, because I do like the director that's doing it. I do like what I've seen out of production. And we'll see. Shazam is finished production. We'll probably see something from there as well.
They got a better suit, because that suit is horrible.
And Batman. I mean, those are kind of the big ones that are out there, right? Right, Frank? Right, chat? It's pretty much Black Adam, Batman, Flash, Shazam, and Cyborg. Aquaman right now.
You know what's funny? There was a bunch of controversy about Cyborg not coming back. The dude that played Cyborg, but he was at Comic-Con signing as Cyborg. So I'm interested. They must have worked a deal that we don't know about.
I mean, he must
have got his justice due on that, because they wanted to do a TV series with him, from what I heard, or a standalone movie is one of the. I think it was a TV series, and there was like a big controversy about him not getting paid what he was supposed to, and they did him wrong.
I actually think it was all about what was going on with Joss Whedon when he got rightfully canceled. Everything that was going on with him, and how it was very, at Warner Brothers too, I believe, that it was very what's the word I'm looking for? Very, racist and just belittling and just it was a lot of bullshit. Yeah, there you go.
And my man Cyborg, I forgot his name, Jerome, or I don't know if I can.
I think his name is Ray Fisher. Is it Ray Fisher? I know he played Muhammad Ali on Broadway, and he did fantastic. And the actor, its name, I think it is Ray Fisher.
Yeah, Ray Fisher. Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's Cyborg through and through. He was there. The good news is he was at Comic-Con, so I can only imagine that he's probably going to be at DC Fandome or whatever, and hopefully things work out. I'm pretty sure it did. If it didn't, he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense. So hopefully that goes well. Could always like hit up Manverse Game, be like, hey, I know you hung out with them. You get any information?
What are you excited for, chat? I mean, you got Black Adam, you got Shazam. We'll talk about the Batman here in a second. Movie wise, we're probably going to see something, obviously Flash as well. What else? Aquaman. I think those are the ones that we know about. You know, if you were going to put your finger, you kind of brought it up before, your finger down and I said, I want to see that based on kind of what we know and what we're thinking. Is there a movie you would like to see either an announcement on, kind of like you kind of said before, go Marvel, hey, we're doing this, and this. Is there something you're looking for there?
Villain arcs. I think the difference between Marvel and DC when it comes to comic book structure is that DC spends a lot more time on their villains than Marvel does. Marvel's the very hero, and DC is the very vigilante meets villain, where villains are even more, more developed than some of the heroes, so to speak. So I would love to see Poison Ivy, a real Catwoman remake, or hell, go even darker and do like Penguin, or the Riddler. Since the Riddler's in whatchamacallit, so I guess that wouldn't work. But yeah, like a Penguin, something where it's not where the good guys versus bad guys. It's something we learn about the villains, because the one thing that anime does right is that they spend time on everybody and you develop a relationship with all the characters instead of like, oh, I only care about the hero,
season 4,
So I think Poison Ivy or even a Red Hood would be really, really nice.
Is it kind of like
real gritty Red Hood?
Yeah.
And you get the down low, like dirty version of it. And, or I would love a Robin standalone where you still have Batman in it, but not in it. You know what I mean? Like he's like referenced a lot, and Robin's been thrown to the side to deal with stuff, and he's just getting his ass beat constantly. And like, I don't know. Or maybe even the thing that everybody wants.
That's perfect. That's actually perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I wouldn't want Dick Grayson, because we know his story arc. We know where he goes. We know he turns into Nightwing. Would I want Tim Drake? I think it's kind of cool because he's very techie, but you want to turn it into Red Hood and you want to turn it into a series and an arc.
Yeah.
You know who it's got to be then. I mean, that would be perfect. If you want to go Red Hood, do Jason Todd, because his story, and then you can lead into the Joker with after that and push it off. It's kind of like, it's a bad example, but a good example, what G.I. Joe just did with Snake Eye Origins. Like, you have the overall arc, and even with X-Men Origins, right? Like, bad again, but like taking that idea and taking these either good guy, vigilante, or bad guy characters and building up to something big. Or not even building up to something big, just expanding on stories that I think everyone wants.
Batgirl is a good. I think a female protagonist, just like a female lead, would be very, very good. Besides Wonder Woman, I think that's really needed by DC right now, because literally Wonder Woman is like representing every woman in DC universe, and I don't
DC, Marvel, everything. Yeah.
I think that's why people love Cheetah so much, is because she was just another lead villain that had a more interesting story than what was going on in the whole damn movie. So Batgirl, I feel like they're beating her. She's like that horse that they keep beating, so to speak, on TV series. They step on that like a cigarette that's been put out multiple times. We've got so many different versions of Batgirl, we don't know what to do with ourselves in the TV series. To do her justice in a movie or something, that'd be good, but I think she's just stepped on too much. I think Catwoman, Poison Ivy, I think those two are really, really strong candidates, because everyone loves Poison Ivy. People love Poison Ivy because they don't know, for two reasons. They either know her story, or they don't know her story, and they like her design. And I don't think we've gotten a clear version of what and who she really is, and how deep of a relationship with Bruce Wayne she has, and how those two are entangled with each other. Like everyone thinks Catwoman when they hear Bruce Wayne. They don't know about Ivy, man. Like, I just think that would be so cool to have Ivy in it, and then you can introduce her in the movies later on, because she's not really a villain. She goes back and forth. She's a love interest. She's a villain. She's like a anti-hero, hero. Like it's all over the place with her. I just think it'd be great. Yes, for Poison Ivy, but not Harley Quinn. Yes, Quinn's have her movies and all, but you don't do Ivy without Quinn these days. I mean, why not?
I mean, if we're going the route that we're talking about,
the relationship she had with Bruce Wayne and Batman, when Batman was not full-fledged Batman, before Harley Quinn was even a thought, there's a lot of development to have there. And with Robert Pattinson, man, fucking having Ivy show up in the second movie would be fantastic because he's in that phase where he's not the Batman. He's like Batman, get your ass kicked, Batman. You know, like I don't know. I feel like, but Harley she's overdone too. Like we got our Harley. She's good.
Yeah, Margot Robbie is fantastic as her. I mean, especially in the latest rendition of Suicide Squad. I mean, you could look at her in Birds of Prey. You can look at her in the Robert Ayer Suicide Squad, we'll call it. But this version of her that we saw in James Gunn's Suicide Squad is very Harley, especially like when we talked about it, that scene. That scene with where she snaps on the guy and says, you know, whenever that guy was gonna be going crazy or whatever it was, and pops him, like that's an amazing representation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's perfect. Let's say they did introduce Ivy. That Harley Quinn is lonely, lost, don't know what she wants in life.
Yeah,
Ivy could be that pillar, and you could introduce them and she would fit right in. Like it'd almost be perfect. Because Ivy goes through a thing where she goes nuts because she loses Bruce and she finds out that Bruce wasn't telling the truth half the time and she fucking snaps. All right. So like having those two snap together would be great. Harley can go up to Ivy like, boy problems? Yes.
Yeah.
and just go out and go ham. I don't know. I think it'd be really dope. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we talking about movies too, but a lot of the information that we're getting is they're really going hard with HBO Max, right? So we already know that they're spawning off a Batman TV series, really based on, I believe it's the Gotham PD, but there will be a presence of Batman going on in there. Whether or not he's going to show up and be integral in it is really, they haven't really said anything yet, I believe, about it. But the other one is spawning off from the Suicide Squad movie is we're going to get a John Cena Peacemaker TV series that we've seen a little tidbits here and there for. The character is so stupid but awesome at the same time, and I think John Cena does a fantastic job with it. Just like Idris Elba as I was going to say Deadshot, but it's not Deadshot. So like it's interesting to see where they may take some of the things that we're talking about and maybe say, hey, listen, this is the slate. Because as of TV right now, Bloodsport, thank you. Outside of TV, right? I'm horrible with names this morning.
It's cooler than Deadshot.
Oh, absolutely. Like outside of Peacemaker, outside of the Batman TV series,
Bloodsport series too.
That could be something that they announced today. Like, I'm interested to see what other announcements they have. We're gonna have a Young Justice season 4 that they've teased that they're gonna talk about. They put out the poster for it, which I'm really excited for.
I really want a Young Justice live action so bad. I want to see Wally. I want all of them.
I mean, we got Titans, which this season that they're going on right now, it's fantastic. We're one episode away. Next week is, I believe, the season finale. Even though it goes a little bit crazy sometimes, I really, really, really do enjoy it. So if they could take those ideas and premises and bring it into Titans, like a Wally West, it would be perfect because they just introduced Tim Drake in there. Yes, they have introduced Red Hood with Jason Todd, even though they've changed some stories up. They could do certain things with that as well, or even spawn off, I love Raven, even spawn off their own other series as well. So you may get a couple of things that are in there. Obviously, Doom Patrol's out there as well, too. So
is Damian Wayne in that or no?
Damian Wayne is not in this.
Dude, I need a Damian Wayne like show movie yesterday. Like bro, the coolest goddamn kid of them all just doesn't get any justice, and it just it makes me sick. Like I don't understand. He's literally the coolest damn. He could be the best Batman ever. I mean, because let's just be real. Everybody killing everybody in Gotham. Might as well just give the person that has a screw loose the cape.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You might as well. Because think about it. The funny thing about Gotham, and I think the Batman said it in many comments, you have to be crazy to think crazy to be able to like match that type of stuff. And I think that's why him and Joker are like, pretty much, you know, cosmic lovers at the end of the day. Just why don't they give it to us, dude? If they announced that crap at the oh man, I might retract a lot of stuff I said about DC. And
I mean, like Mike the Canuck said, it would be great if we were gonna do a Damian, take it before that and do a whole origin of the of
100% a grow up.
No, well, no.
3 years.
Take Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you decide to pronounce it. Form the League of Assassins. There's Talia. Move forward and then have Damian. Like, there's so many things that they can do, man.
A 3-year arc. I'll take a 3-year arc.
So many things they could do.
That's easy money for them. People be so interested. It's like Quarter Owls. Like, if they nail Quarter Owls in Gotham Knights, the game, they could do easily a TV show, series, live action, cartoon, whatever, animation, whatever they want to do with that. Because Quarter Owls is so cool. Yeah. And a lot of people just don't understand and know about it. And furthermore, DC didn't really, I mean, they developed Quarter Owls, but they didn't really go ham with it. And this is their time. Hell, I'd say let James go for it. At this point, just let him just pick up as many titles as he wants and do what he wants to do with it. Why not?
Yeah, then the main story arc for Court of Owls, how Dick Grayson is involved, what they do with Batman, how Batman is, you really show the detective side of him as well as the vigilante and badass. Man, I like that, but that's where I would say, which got me into like Ready Player One, how I love the movie. That really needed to be a series. A lot of these story arcs that we're talking about, and maybe they will, I would love to see them branched out and long form storied on TV via HBO Max. Like, if you're going to do a direct adaptation of comic books, because specifically Batman has so many amazing stories, you have a perfect outlet for it, and that's HBO Max for them. You want to move subscriptions. You want to get subscriptions. Don't do Matt Reeves' Batman Gotham. Take Robert Pattinson in his second year, bring him on TV and start doing those stories, but also lead it into the Marvel way, bring him into movies as well. But
and then rate it somewhere between PG-13, rated R, or go rated R, because HBO Max gets the gritty. It's like Netflix. There's a reason why shows do so good on Netflix. They just bring the gritty. I mean, you might see a poobie here and there, but it's just like that stuff is in the comics. Like, Batman sleeps with so many women, it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying that's what they need to show, but that emotional detachment that Batgirl has to have with that is so important to Batman, like the comic, because it really develops her as a woman. And I know it sounds really bad to say that, but that's just how they wrote the comic. It ain't me. But that development that she gets, and she learns not to trust Batman because Batman has pride issues and alpha male syndrome, just like most men do. Dude, shit. Yeah. People eat it up, man. Like, it's just so good. Oh, man, I would love it. I would fucking love it. They need to show that stuff. They need to show, and you know, Marvel kind of deals, Marvel edged into it a little bit. You know, Tony Stark being the biggest, how he classifies himself as the ultimate man, you know, and it shows that he's not. And then he went through this rehabilitation period through all the movies, and at the end, I'm Iron Man. You know, it's kind of like the conclusion of it all. Like, I have learned who I am. This is who I am. I'm not the man behind the suit, but I'm everything. You know, and it's great. And I think that's the kind of development that DC needs, like something to a focal point, whether it's Robert Pattinson as Batman, or whether it's something else, or hell, go even far enough to make it be Harley, since she's in everybody's life if they really want to. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's the missing that focal point.
And Batman's, I mean, I know we talked about it last week, like, okay, enough Batman, but Batman is that Marvel Iron Man where you can start it and finish it with it because of everything. It's whether it's rogues, whether it's sidekicks, whether it's his always wanting to have a backup plan. That's where the dichotomy between Batman and Superman really are amazing.
Both segments, right? He's a powerful human. He's a powerful vigilante. To where he's you can't have a DC without Bruce Wayne's name being somewhere. You know, whether it's in the background, whether it's on a building, even if it's in where's the Flash place?
Star City. Central City.
Batman is still there. And vice versa. It goes with the Flash too. Star City Corp stuff is all over Gotham.
So
it's just,
so talking about reverting course, two things. One, if they came out, even though they said this Batman is not part of the extended DC universe, it's a one shot, et cetera, if they revert course and say we're starting here, or like this is the beginning of a, you know, even if it's a fast forward jump 5 years in the next movie, I'm down with that. This is our Batman moving forward. Yep. Secondly, actually, there is one thing that I hope we get out of this, even though I don't think we're going to get out of this. I do want to know, since we have Supergirl, we got all these things, I do want to know what's going on with Superman. I know Henry Cavill has a contract but doesn't have a contract. Are they extending him, or are they
a lot of old?
Yeah, like is he going to be in the Flash movie? You know, there was an executive producer that had speculations going with some of the things she said.
Money, bro.
Whether it is Henry Cavill, and I did very much like him as Bruce Wayne and as Clark Kent and Superman. I thought he was fantastic. That is the build that I love to see out of Superman. I mean, you have Christopher Reeves, you have Brendan Roth, and then you got this shoulder
He's naturally
tank.
Superman.
Yeah,
just like The Rock is naturally a damn gladiator. Like it works, you know. And
I want to know what they're doing.
He's a good-looking dude. He's very proper, you know, of everything he does. He puts his heart into shit. Keep him. But it's about this. Yeah. Because right now Netflix is, boy, they are dumping on this dude. And he's just
Witcher.
Like, okay. You know, like, and he's having fun. And I think that's the biggest thing. You see a huge difference between Superman Cavill and The Witcher. Because The Witcher, he's having fun. He's posting whatever the freak he wants to post. He's doing whatever he wants to do. He has a lot to say. He's a big fan of the series. He's a gamer. He's literally got that whole thing.
Books, gaming, everything,
I think he's on that Robert Downey Jr. right now. I think he's feeling like, I have Superman out. They can't get their shit together. I don't know if I want to do this. Like, you know, and I feel like he's in that moment. Great thing is he's still young. Yeah. So, you know, he can do whatever he wants. And I think he'd even be a nicer, older Superman, even if he decided to come back 5 years from now. I think he'd be nice. You know,
and you know what? With Michael Keaton coming back to reprise his role of his Bruce Wayne and his Batman in the Tim Burtonverse, DC is leaning into that. You know, maybe they could lean into that further in the next couple of years. Who knows? We are running out on time here, so I'd be remiss being on Twitch, being the comics, and we go through movies and we go through TV. Video games.
Give me it all. I don't want to hear about Suicide Squad. That's like 2023 or some junk like that. Don't even talk about it.
Well, like, the two big beasts that we know based on the marketing that is out there right now, which is Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. They had trailers, they had a phone call with a voicemail set up, which is incredible.
To be?
What? The game?
A tactical, like, turn-based game?
Like XCOM? I see. Something like that. I've heard that it is a single player campaign, that there is traversal, it's more of a shooter than anything, because that's why you saw Harley Quinn with a bat and using like and then Deadshot using a jetpack and a sniper rifle, Killer Shark using stabbies. Like it's
what if it's a freaking Overwatch style game, dude? Oh my god,
that'd be interesting. That could be interesting.
Well, I don't know, but I've heard multiple things. I heard single player multiple times, so that's probably what we're gonna lean into. But I heard tactical, like maybe not turn based, but kind of like that over the top type thing. I hope not. But I was hoping for multiplayer. Like I hope they send us with that. But I would like to hear more information on it. I just don't like people hyping stuff up that's like years and years out. Like forget about it, you lose hype.
Yeah, I mean, we do know from last time they did say it's definitely not coming out in 2022. It's coming out in 2023. So we are over a year away minimum from this, if it comes out early 2023 or late 2023. But which is interesting because Rocksteady has been working on this for a while. I mean, Batman Arkham Knight came out a while ago. So yes, this is, you know, from the ground up or reworking and retelling a new engine and all that other stuff. I mean, it has been a while. So I'm interested to see, because it is so far away, what is actually going to be shown, because we just got a cinematic trailer, no gameplay, no nothing. I think we're going to learn a little bit more about the story today.
You better show some gameplay
with a tad bit of gameplay. I think if they don't do gameplay with this, it's a huge miss, because we want to know what we're getting into.
At least show the UI and do fake gameplay. I mean, it's just like, we need to know something. I mean, people pooped all over Guardians of the Galaxy because it was like the highlight for Square Enix, but at least they showed what the game was going to be. Gotham Knights.
Oh man,
I'm interested. I just don't want Arkham all over again.
Yeah.
I just don't want that. I know nostalgia is hell of a drug, and you guys are like tap it in your veins type thing, but we need something more than that. I'm not about competition, but if they want to be something remembered, if this is the game, they need to pull some damn Spider-Man stuff on this, because they better have the Spider-Man level story, exploration, and make it multiplayer, and we're gonna have a contender.
Well, it's full. You could play it through solo with each one of the characters, filling out and understanding their story. It is drop in, drop out co-op. So let's say, for instance, you're streaming in the morning. Hey, you know, mind if I hop on? You're playing Batgirl or something. Even though you're an hour into your playthrough, I can literally hop into your
I get that
assets and then play through it with you.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't want that stiff Arkham. That stuff was great back in the day, but if they introduce that again and they didn't evolve from that,
I mean,
it ain't gonna feel as good, you know, because that stuff didn't age well.
Yeah,
you know, not in today's gaming generation where we have Spider-Man, which essentially was, you know, I guess you could say the successor after Arkham when it came to that type of battle style, being able to switch, you know, soft tabbing and stuff like that, being able to switch from person to person. I just think that if Gotham does it right, they have a very very good chance to knock it out of the park. But they do have vehicles, so this world better be big, you know. And that's another thing. I don't want, because when I looked at the game, I was like, oh my god. And then when I saw more about it, I was like, oh my god, oh no, please don't tell me the map is this small. Oh no, like I was really worried.
Well, to your point, there's two things that are absolutely 100% different. One is they did show that 7-minute gameplay trailer, and in that 7-minute gameplay trailer, there was two things that jumped out at me. Hit point registry. So you were hitting Mr. Freeze and these bad guys, and you see 100, 300, 250 pop up, which is big difference. So what does that entail for gear? What does that entail for how you're playing it through? What does it entail for weapons? And then also, what is it called? Stasises, where you get like if you're cold and I hit you with warm and it pops up top. That was a big thing as well.
It's very RPG.
So it seems like there is those there is those elements on top of it, as well as a gear system that is out there.
Skill tree.
And a skill tree. So yes, there is
per person. So they all have their different stuff. Thank goodness, because we didn't want Batgirl and Nightwing playing the same. And just don't.
And they have the tag team co-op, you know, hey Frank, I'm gonna throw him to you. You do this. You know, you have the tag team moves as well.
It's very Avengers.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this. So as you know, and as some of you may know out there, in my prior world of before streaming, I was lucky enough to be in the video game realm, and I know Warner Brothers Montreal very well. The people there are amazing. Whether they come and go, I'm gonna put a huge speculation out there, or a big bet out there, right? I'm gonna call it here. You can write it down, like you've done before, Frank, with your stuff. Video game wise, you have Gotham Knights and you have Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. We're gonna get something else, and I think it's gonna be from WB Montreal. I think that WB Montreal is going to show off a Batman game that even I know it's like, why Batman again, but I feel like
give me a Flash.
I feel like we're gonna get something from them, because I know they're too big. They've been working.
No, they're definitely working on something, because they were hiring.
Yeah, they're hiring a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think that studio is gonna say, hey, by the way, here we go. Here's something else that we're working on. That's my big thing as far as the video game wise.
They're posting too much lately, and they asked for 3 senior animators. You don't stick senior animators on the same project. So this is gonna be interesting. A lot of crossover going on right there. So we hope. They have to have new announcements in each department. I would think. Comic, game, and movie, TV show realm. Entertainment realm.
Yeah, as much. And I'm gonna say Gotham Knights, because it got pushed. because they're really harping on it, and their PR stuff that they sent out to people. I don't know how you didn't get one. That Court of Owl kit that they sent out to people was absolutely fantastic. Like that's like a DC boy's dream, which is me, right? I'm gonna say that game is either coming out in March, April, or May. It's gonna be that like late winter, early spring. We're way too down the line. I think this game is gonna come out
earlier than that.
You think it's gonna come out like January, February?
March,
okay.
March.
Okay,
yeah,
I like it.
March 2022. Yeah, because
stick within. And that's also fiscal year too. So that actually makes sense.
Sending out all these promo kits and stuff. And today we're gonna get a lot of gameplay probably.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure people already put their hands on it. So I think that's another thing. There's a lot of secret. There's a lot of parsec. That's all I'll say. Stuff going on. So yeah.
I think we got
But anyway.
We got we got a couple minutes left, chat. If you want to go check out DC Fandome, it was officially announced that it could be co-streamed / restreamed. So if you got a favorite streamer that's out there doing it, go check it out. If not, hang out, go to dcfandome.com. That's where it'll be streaming for approximately the next 4 hours. I know Frank won't be doing it. I'm going to beg my wife to see if I can do it. We'll see what happens because I want some reactions on there. But outside of that, we will be back next week. Next week is the 23rd.
Recording next week.
Oh right? Yeah, we'll be talking about it on stream once it's all done. We'll be talking about it on Twitter. So if you haven't yet, check us out on Twitter. Also Rare Drop as well. I'm Nighthawk Plays on Twitter and literally everywhere. Frank.
Yep. This is Twitter, Technique TV. Twitch is the only place where I drop the TV and it's just Technique. But TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Technique TV. So Game Awards just went live. If you guys want to watch it on Twitch, and they have spoilers in the title. Yay! All right, cool.
Do they really? Oh my goodness.
So I mean, it's probably stuff that's already been announced. But if you were wanting the surprise, don't read the title. Just go in there. And yeah, I won't be streaming it. I'll probably be catching up on it, watching a VOD or something. I have stuff to do. But
you
if
do
you
your
hang
thing,
out later,
sir.
I'll be back around like 7ish, playing Far Cry 6 with Phelan. And in between, then I'll be doing photo stuff. But yeah. Thank you so much
Get
for
your
coming
good
by,
blue
guys.
steel on, man. Enjoy your weekend, Frank. Enjoy your weekend, chat, and get hyped for Fandome. Bye.
Sounds good. Peace.